Test testing. Test testing. So hello everybody. We are back live with some Genshin. We are live with some Genshin Impact. We're going to continue the Shezhnaya main Archon quest. In Shezhnaya, of course. Here we are in the I don't remember what the restaurant's called, but the restaurant. We are at Losha. That's of course on the right. And turn the background. Let's continue
Now
the story.
it's up to Vodyanitsa. Let's see how the conversation goes.
Hey, who is this?
Mr. Mitya! Over here! Over here!
Mitya?
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like.
This is the guy?
Let me see. According to my schedule, we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer, we can always reschedule for another afternoon when you have more time.
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity for me. I'm not about to pass it up. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
What's going on with his scarf? Like it's alive.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Shezhnaya's full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye. I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
That may get around easier.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old. It always seems fresh and new somehow. Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe you simply improve with every performance, delivering it better each time.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the Frozen River? Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the emergence of hope.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that angle after talking with a composer. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing it every time.
Almost every time.
Oh, well then. Let me say a few words about that other all-time classic, Flying in the Wind from the Mountain Sparrow.
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it out at the last minute.
Oh, but,
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troupe members before the show started. You, Odette, and the others.
So what did Odette sing today?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. I see. I see. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song. Looks like I'll need to cut a few from the program next time.
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. My mind was wandering as you took the stage today. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks some inspiration for my research. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of pace. Odette's dance during the elegy of the snow-winged goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going through recently. That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy, it was so inspiring. I started scribbling in my notebook right away. Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you didn't listen to my singing at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry, I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
You look nervous. What's up?
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield. If there's one thing Vodyanica doesn't
Oh, boy.
like, it's people who show disrespect for her performance. This meeting was so hard to set up. Don't tell me it's already falling apart.
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way. At least, it shows that our performance really touches people's hearts, right? Don't let it bother you. It certainly doesn't bother me.
She's
Oh, boy.
showing a lot of restraint.
Must be tough.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you adored her performance.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong time today. I'm usually all ears.
I know, I can tell. That's why I value your opinion. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face, but not me. No, sir.
Fair enough. I still feel kind of bad though.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who only show up to the theater to pretend that they're cultured. Makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the time they're walking out the door, they've forgotten all about the show. What's wrong? You look furious.
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Iskra manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor, but he always demands the same privileges as actual investors. Box tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request specific songs.
Well played, Vodyanica. Seems like she's harnessing her rage to steer the conversation back on track.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman, but I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. I hate that I have to prepare programs for guys like that. What's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty shocking stories. Sounds like he's just another greedy capitalist.
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's not bad enough, he also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind of interview. Project Stuja has now been extended so many times, we're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to survive on. Yet he even wants to get his greedy hands on them just to boost his own profits. If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting. So you've heard about it too.
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out over it.
The rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That's clearly unfair. Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as possible. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanica. You really have a heart for the common person. Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. Isn't the rooster a Fae himself? I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja. What is the end goal of this project anyway?
This is it. We're finally going there.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just let something slip.
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, so your work is related to Project Stuja?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm and not elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnik crystal, from extraction to quantification to attempts at conversion. Progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people staring into space as if in a trance.
Could it be that this new energy source has side effects?
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for...
Oh boy.
Okay, I got it. Stop choking me.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I can't talk about that. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long with so little progress to show for it.
Interesting.
It's no wonder people are struggling to stay motivated.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy.
It's a shame we didn't hear. It's a shame we did not get to hearing more.
Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up barely talking about the theater.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll have more to discuss. We touched on some confidential issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry to leave, though?
What are these guys?
Sorry, routine inspection.
What's up, Valerie?
Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
Sounds like Mitya's alchemy. Too. Sounds like Mitya's archenemy then.
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
We'll settle our check too, then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? This raises a lot of questions. Did he deliberately mention the new energy source so that we'd overhear it? Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. I guess that's the next thing to look into. Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left. Time to head back and call it a day.
Time to go upstairs. Music. Excuse me.
You're back! You're pretty early today.
How are you
Paimon
feeling?
was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was completely back to normal. But her strength still hasn't returned. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have figured out the source of the problem. It's like there's some kind of mysterious power affecting Paimon. Paimon's never felt this way before during any of her travels. She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Shezhnaya.
Some kind of mysterious power, you say?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making that face again.
Let me tell you what I found out.
The one you get whenever you have a light bulb moment?
Let me tell you what I found out today.
So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? And you think that might be why Paimon's feeling unwell?
Yes.
Well, Mitya denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been having issues with their concentration and short-term memory. And even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's.
This power you mentioned, can you sense where it's coming from?
It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, if anything, it seems like it's coming from roughly the same direction as the Armory Palace.
All the more reason to find out the purpose of the research. Oh, it was working. It was checking.
Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The robot only has a limited amount of intel.
There's still one venue we have not explored. The Shezhnograd Veche.
Oh, great point!
Veche?
They argue about Project Stusha every day. If we could sit in on one of their sessions, we might pick up some new leads.
Okay, I need to write a letter to Alyosha.
Good idea!
Alosha.
Oh yeah, while you were out, Paimon tried all
Of
the
course.
yummiest looking desserts in the Potpourri restaurant. This one seemed right up your
boy.
alley. So, Paimon saved some for you. Come try it once you finish writing your letter.
Just wait till 2 days later. From 2206. There we go. 2 days later.
My latest designs.
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be able to speak at the
Guess now we
Vecha,
need to head to
but he can
where is
arrange
it?
for us to attend as visitors.
Really?
Time to get ready. Then head to the Shezhnograd Vecha.
Really? So, let's head down. Leave the restaurant. Yes, this is it.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise meeting you here. Will you be sitting in on a session of the Vecha?
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin. Let's get inside.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could you introduce me to your new friend?
Shortly after you take your seat, me and the Shezhnaya Betcha officially begins. Discussions where to extend Project Stuja are saved until the end. As the rooster Pulsinella shares various energy-related statistics, dull and lifeless room selling becomes very animated.
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
Why does it keep getting noisier in here?
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up.
I've been meaning to ask, why are you still here?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass.
Oh boy.
Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in town.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Okay then, best-selling street stall newspaper in town. Still counts.
That person contact.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
Shezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Shezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuja cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuja continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrader
going on?
struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support?
I think Sheldon raised some issues that needs addressing. Or I think Regretter's rebuttal makes more sense.
The people have spoken. Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he
Okay, now
pushed
she's
Regrader onto
narrating
his
it.
back
Great.
foot with a relentless barrage of questions. It
Yeah.
had to be seen to be believed.
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr.
Marina.
Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuja is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Shezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance,
Here
Arapov
we
spoke
go.
up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words.
Thank you.
With the notorious Lelex still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
Hey, apparently this person wants to narrate the entire, Where'd you get a road cop from? And who is this, Lalek?
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for
Yeah,
their
she's a
actions.
translator.
As for Lilac, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
There's more to the road cop than I thought.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against?
I can sympathize with him. But hard to say. I suspect there's more to his story. But he seems a little bit too extreme. It's going
Well, whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right? I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you.
Sorry.
In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly, she's not present.
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuja. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Svietlola Dovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also yield a lot of insights.
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers.
This report jot down a few words before suddenly crossing everything out and starting a new paragraph.
Today, the prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha in the company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe. Got it?
The remaining discussion covers everything from energy to healthcare technology and industry. Parties take the opportunity to express their stance on Project Stuja. Okay, we ignore Miranova as she carried on writing her report. While we start to feel that reading the news from her might be more interesting than being here in person.
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed to the final vote.
Hey, check it out!
That Chugnov?
What made him vote against? Why now?
No, if I say his name
The
right.
votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuja total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
Chuganov. I see. Lelek strikes again.
Yes. Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuja is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory already!
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuja will remain in effect until the next Vecha period.
Of course.
Finally, may I remind us all, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always stand firm. The session is concluded.
Talk to Boynica, whoever that is.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chuganov to vote against Project Stuja.
Wait, what's so strange about that?
Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stuja is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit.
This explains a lot.
I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far.
Got it. So for him, it's a choice between reducing production or stopping entirely.
Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair. Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuja. At least that way, no one else would be able to make any money either, because all the factories would suddenly have more limited energy to work with. But now, he's already voted against it, which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Just like with everyone else who flipped.
Mean Lelik?
Yeah, no one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project Stuja, but by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lelik must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stuja. Maybe my next step should be to focus on him.
All right. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Shall we head out?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure. Break a leg and all that. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
I learned an interesting tidbit today. A guy named Lelik.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir.
I want to find out his true identity. Okay if I start digging around?
You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandrone?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler actually manages to expose Lelik, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter-surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the slightest trace of a break-in. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far, but the thought is enough to scare these people sleepless. It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time, so they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet.
Are you saying even you can pull it off?
Careful. Don't underestimate me. Although, truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation is more my style.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. They, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability, but few would have the motive.
So it's someone as strong as Tartaglia. Even more meticulous.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that.
Boy.
Let's go with a little weaker than me.
Duvelet or skirt.
Oh, you hit me right where it hurts. I'll admit, he's strong and meticulous. But can we at least limit this to candidates who have something to do with Shezhnaya?
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
But that's the most important thing.
Oh,
in my
boy.
opinion, anyway.
Alright, let's take a notch down. Or two. How about Odette as a reference point? He's someone we all know and have seen her in action.
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm under pressure.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous example, at least.
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when, so she could choose the perfect time to act. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Stuja?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, she isn't back yet.
Arlecchino?
Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuja. The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuja, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette.
Oh, even you didn't know about this?
Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a fatus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui.
It's just a theory, a possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now, or what her conflict with Rosaline was about. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out.
Does Signora actually want to mend her relationship with Odette?
Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle. Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working overtime again.
I'll be right back.
Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
What's a rehearsal for?
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations, though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage. Excitement is through the roof. Tickets for the official performance sold out long ago.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always gets me. It really is beautiful. Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
I have returned. This one need to return to the restaurant.
Only I had been born in a romantic time like that.
I'm gonna do something first. Do it. Return to the restaurant. Excuse me.
Sounds like you made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette.
It'd be easier said than done. She's the one who, even if she's the one, she won't necessarily admit it.
Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but Paimon bet she has her reasons. Maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense in theory to be even more, heavy-handed? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, she could have gone further, but she didn't. So, if it is her, she's got some principles at least.
I want to believe in her, too.
Yeah! Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they lead.
How are you feeling today?
No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more clearly now. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could be there with you so we could experience it all together.
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things. Never mind. Paimon will behave herself and keep resting.
If Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intentions. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? And how much was she hiding? Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow, everything will be answered.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow.
Oh boy. And the chapter 7, Act 1 is complete. Now Act 2 begins. This mail. Let's we have some.
Where's my key? Not again.
I guess hold on, we need to wait till 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Here we go. Now it's 10 o'clock. I need to go to the theater. She's reading the pamphlet. Give me a shortcut. To the theater. Excuse me. Theater is down here. Is this a side quest or is this a main quest? Main quest. the camera angle? Are we going farther away?
Ooh, it sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's freezing outside.
I think I'll leave the Lelic question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. So I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But wait, I do see some familiar faces. Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mitya again. Oh no, it looks like the show's starting and I still...
And I see we're back in our old outfit. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about, I don't know what happened. The YouTube remote. I'm sorry about that. Oop. No need.
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Shezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage?
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I see we're in our Alosha. We call him seeing him here.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge.
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but fair enough. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way.
That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya's age. Excuse me, are you Tonya?
Yes, she
Your
is.
brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him, he's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather.
I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time. It's most unusual.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never seen such heavy snow in my life.
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone find your way.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think?
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just remember to return them next time you're over this way.
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
So... are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lelik.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone?
Looking for Odette.
A fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. She's taking a well-earned rest right now. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Odette will be leaving before the snow lets up in any case.
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How has he still not returned?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard. Do you think something might have happened to him?
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver. Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now, barring exceptional circumstances.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Shezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the Armory Palace.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier, it looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories.
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything?
You see Odette. Not sure how I should
What
say
is it?
this.
Something the matter? Tell me, I can help. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Is weather like this rare, even in Shezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild. This is something else. It's not normal.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a look.
Should I go with you?
No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides, I work here while you're an audience member. I should be the one to do it. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toes above all else.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there. He's back! He's back! How was it? What's going on out there?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something in the air gives me the creeps. This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone to stay here until the snow dies down.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now? That sounds a little far-fetched to me.
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard. So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible. Luckily, it was just a dress rehearsal today, so there aren't too many people here. On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here, everyone. At least, I assume that's all right? Odette? Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances. My thanks to the theater for being so accommodating.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too?
Oh, Your Majesty the Tsaritsa,
Oh boy.
I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two top stars in all of Shezhnaya. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for that blizzard.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up. Close the door and lock it tight. Let's head somewhere warmer.
And acting was started. Perhaps not turned. Here's the photo. How we were. Back in the scene. You check the wrong thing when you check the group photo. And the group photo and inventory. That's from Natalie. This one. Me, a fourth descender, traveler from beyond the stars. Odette, the principal ballerina of Coral Lever's troupe. Also a hired member of the Fatui and candidate to become the next Harbinger. A fair lady. She's additionally suspected of having their identity. Lovely. Operates from the shadows. Larry. Head of the Special Assignments Battalion. Only Palace Royal Grenadier Guards. First Regiment as a soldier, he places great importance on planning and timing. Currently assigned to protect Mitya, important figure within the military. Wayne Nitsa, the prima donna of the Clever Troop. Serious Salka, extraordinary singing that's captivated countless audiences. Her to Rokat, she cares deeply about the welfare of ordinary people. Is in Mitya. Served with the Energy Commission, a prominent figure in the military, has an exceptional command of all manner of energy-related technologies. Though he can be rather talkative, his scarf more than makes up for it. He is an unknown person. Rapana, staff member of the Krolewski Theater. Staff member. That's all. You know, let's go see where everybody is. I think they're all hiding backstage or something. Let's hit her backstage. These guys.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever. All you have to do is show them the rope you plan to tie them up with. Do you know why?
I don't. Do tell.
Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious $1,000,000 more coat. They'll do whatever. Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary. The kind that gets paid to do odd jobs for rich folks.
And I am
Yes,
Chuganov,
sir. Nice
an
to
entrepreneur.
introduce yourself.
If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will no doubt have heard of my factory, the renowned Iskra manufacturing plant.
I'm Traveler. Enjoy your
Are you
conversation.
really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never heard your name before?
Excuse me? Is that a joke? Are you being serious?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope.
Yeah, that's them. And the rest of the people are in this room. There's Tonya. These guys.
My husband has major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a good enough excuse for me to stay out all night.
That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to leave. But don't drag me along. Hello?
At least they notice us. The rest of the people should be in this room. About to use tools.
I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. I didn't know you were coming today. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today. Have you spoken to him at all?
Not really.
I'm with you. This could be just the chance we need.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuja. What exactly happened before the most recent Vetcha vote?
For the Rokad, or just out of personal interest?
Shh! There are other people around. Don't say the R word.
Thank you. Let's talk to the inmates. Talk to
I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups along the way, Miss Odette's performance was one of the best I've ever seen, even compared to an actual show.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, especially considering the weight of the subject matter. It takes a truly seasoned professional to do justice to a theme like love and regret. Do you think we were coming on too strong? Odette's ignoring us again.
What about you? What did you think of today's performance?
He wasn't paying much attention. I think he could be more expressive. Consider me a new fan.
Oh my, that's very flattering of you. Thank you. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lelik. I need a chance to speak with her in private.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitya too?
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
Need 2 more people. Talk to Mitya.
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a Harbinger-level response. I wonder what the issue is. The storm, or something else.
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life. Why, hello, sir. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby table back at Podvorye restaurant. Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mitya from the Energy Commission.
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignment Battalion. Armory Palace Royal Grenadier Guards, 1st Regiment. I am here to ensure Mr. Mitya's personal safety. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance.
I'm Traveler. Glad to meet you both.
Mr. Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. Perhaps she noticed me spacing out during her performance?
No idea. You'll figure it out.
You mean I really did do something to upset her? Well, thanks for letting me know.
So, Mr. Mitya, is your work related to Project Stuja?
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me to...
And of course.
Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see, I'm afraid this pleasant chat will have to end here.
Interesting scarf you have there. Yeah, we need one more person. Who's Tonya? Yep.
How are you feeling,
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point. I take medicine for it. My brother usually helps to get it ready for me.
Child must take great care of his sister. He's never mentioned Tonya's illness, though.
You know, I actually find this whole thing kind of exciting. Stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm, having to spend the night with a bunch of interesting characters. It's pretty cool, don't you think?
You're right. It certainly is a novel experience.
Exactly. It's like one of those stories where an ordinary school trip turns into a magical adventure. I've always wanted something like that to happen in real life.
Oh boy.
I'm fine, really. Just got a little overexcited.
Look after yourself.
Excuse me.
Otherwise, your brother will come after me.
Because that's everyone. Standby says people make or
How's it looking, Alosha?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slowing down.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight, and it'll be even more dangerous outside at night than it was during the day. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage. Or on the stage if you'd prefer. We won't mind.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new show.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with a title for the production.
Sleeping Beauty. Slumbering Heavy Principles. I have to choose
Not
it.
bad. Clear selling point at least. Could be a big hit.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you to the rooms.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though I feel like I won't sleep very well without Paimon here. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably realize what's holding me up. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been getting any worse. Still, I should try and get back first thing tomorrow morning.
Yes. Really?
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us.
What black mist? Where are we?
Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you've forgotten. Come on, let's keep heading up. Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive. Don't listen to a word those black mist cultists say.
Here we go again.
It's a dream.
The endless march toward survival.
What's going on? That black mist down there is creeping me out. And it's rising. Guess I should head upwards and get away from it.
The black mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the black mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left, the only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the black mist means certain death.
Okay, but it's not my mind that's the problem. My body's about to give up on me. It's already starting to falter.
I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of being forever on the run. What's the point of it all?
All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep fighting. It will be worth it.
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too.
This real.
There is no end to this path. It keeps going up forever. There was never...
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist over this perpetual torture.
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm just too weary.
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say, I hope that you both find peace within the Black Mist.
We're just gonna give up on them?
Fate always appears so impossibly complicated. But at moments like this, its raw simplicity is laid bare. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on, the outcome was both inevitable and irreversible. Let's go. Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. It's just you and me now.
Is it just me, or has the Black Mist stopped moving?
Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. For now. This happens from time to time, but it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. No one knows how to stop its advance for good. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two bought for us. Huh? Are you really that sleepy, traveler?
Oh boy. This one's great.
Ah! Help! Somebody, come quick!
What's going on?
What is it, Chuganov? Is it morning already? What's all the commotion? Sounds like it's coming from next door.
Hey, what's going on here? Over here.
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here. Okay.
What happened to them?
Oh boy. Two people are lying down in the room, completely still, as if they're still asleep. Your gut tells you they're not sleeping. Somehow you can sense it in your bones. This is what death looks like.
These two people have passed away.
What?
And the strange thing is that somehow, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that they would be the ones to die. Have I seen this moment before? Or did I have some kind of premonition? I can't remember what it was.
Let me take a look. No vital signs in either of them. They're dead. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies, no signs of a struggle, and no skin discoloration caused by the buildup of toxins.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away. This is so sudden.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extremely low.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes, nor does this appear to be a suicide.
You suggesting they were murdered?
Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on. I had no idea they were...
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chukanov heading this way, I followed him. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside, correct?
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding or any signs of suspicious activity. I'll follow up with a full search of my own shortly. Go. There is no time to waste.
The repair Platonia. The third search. They're satisfied no one else from outside the group is in the theater. And everything is as we left it.
Nothing on your end either? Backstage is clear. No signs of suspicious activity.
We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living person could hide.
Can't find anything either.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving.
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is one of us.
We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm, a murder takes place, and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope that it seems unbelievable.
Looking at who the killer targeted and the clean entry and exit, it all adds up. I know what this is. It's obvious now that I think about it.
What is? What have you figured out?
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it, Lelik?
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuzha. Always works alone. I've read the case files at the Armory Palace. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know about Lelik?
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuzha at the Snezhnograd Vecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuzha cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik, Tell me! I'll do whatever you want!
Oh, boy.
Just stop playing these mind games!
Was this really Lelik's doing? Would Odette really do something like this? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. But then again, how well do I really know her? I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelik's true identity. But if I reveal it now, I'll be putting Odette in the line of fire. What should I do?
I don't don't think it's likely that Lelik killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard, he's never killed anyone before, and his name has never come up in connection with any murder cases. Besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's not his style at all.
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette, but her assessment is pretty much identical to mine.
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelik's defense?
Defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it out to be.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the killer is?
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on in the discussion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelik is right here among us.
Possibly.
I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
Hold on.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and you might not live to tell the tale. And whoever this Lelik is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man. You're safer inside.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure you don't go off alone.
It was find the Rokot members. Back in the Here we go.
You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one suspected my identity.
Hello.
Oh, phew. It's just you. I thought someone was eavesdropping.
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the Rokot members first.
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juiciest this whole year. Odette? Really? Odette? Oh God, how dumb does this make me look? Lelik has been right under my nose this whole time, and I didn't notice a thing.
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes, hiding in plain sight is the best strategy.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems to make. It all adds up. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4...
What are you counting?
Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, Lelik. It must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a hug. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot, let alone be Lelik. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so opposed to Project Stusha?
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on the same page here?
She doesn't seem like the type to kill innocent
Yeah.
people.
Lelik may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, Her actions benefit the poor. We need to confront her face to face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelik?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone, and see how much she's willing to tell us. Now's our chance. Odette's alone. Let's go. Hey, Odette. What is it, you guys? Shh. Keep your voice down. We need to talk.
Yes, you keep it
So,
secret.
you're
Of course.
Lelik, aren't you? Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. Just hear me out first. None of us believes you kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those 2 people last night, it wasn't you. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but he
Thank
kept
you.
quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelik is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot. We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll be able to cover for you.
Alright. Yes, I'm Lelik. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelik? Here?
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion? Given the circumstances. Mr. Valeri! What?
What?
So, Odette is Lelik?
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelik. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer, which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik. Aren't you going to do something about this?
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Odette's talent extends far beyond the art of dance.
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her in everything?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelik and all related incidents aside until further notice. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Odette?
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections.
Mr. Chuganov?
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me. Just wait till we get out of here, Lelik. We'll settle the score then.
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik, too. Here, have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits. So now I've been told I have to guard Lelik with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and then we'll be safe.
But once the snow stops, won't everyone just leave?
You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theaters, so we'll still be here. I'll even give you a special backstage pass.
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about being my fan.
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey! Mind your own business!
Don't be nervous, Miss Wateramp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
No. You sound nervous, lass.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vodyanitsa.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing rather than facial expressions. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not a simple case of a song sounding happy or sad. And yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady. But keep that a secret. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising. I'd better watch what I'm singing when I'm around you from now on.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for
boy.
tonight. To guard against the killer, someone needs to keep watch.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stayed together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite sure we won't have any trouble.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but 2 of us must be awake at any given time.
Time on me. Wait, let me think about this for a second.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the Night Watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operations. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night.
It's a first watch.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring?
Not sleepy. You get some sleep. I'll go after you.
Oh, not going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap. If you start to feel sleepy, wake me up anytime.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up. I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I want to ask before she wakes up.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me?
Don't wake, but I ain't wakey yet.
Couldn't sleep. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
You
I
too.
had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear the air, shall we? I just had a simple question for you, really. It's, Rosaline. In her final moments, did she have any last words or anything?
Not that I remember. All happened so fast.
I see. Well, that was all. I have no other questions.
Do you miss her?
No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her.
I heard a little bit about that from Sandra.
Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms.
No, she didn't know the full
Yes.
details.
Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret to me, though. When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations, to be worthy of the fair lady's reputation. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose that was the cost of survival. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think?
Roy paid an enormous price.
So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me red-handed. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment, and then left. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not even once.
Was a very proud person.
She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face.
This was a gift from her.
Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes, but also her way of keeping an eye on people. She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. Trust her to make even a mark of approval feel suffocating. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Shezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clearly. I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared, so I said some really awful things. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end.
Wait, but Tendroi told me you two have settled things.
She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event?
You said that Archon gave Rosaline some advice, and Rosaline went to see you.
No, she didn't.
Excuse me.
I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case...
You should go see the maid.
Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know.
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelik, you might know something about all this.
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy.
So that's what they're doing at the Experimental Design Bureau. This is the purpose of the energy experiments.
Yes. The weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester, and the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit.
Are you sure? Let's not forget you're also a Fatui.
And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a favor in return. It's that simple.
Oh boy.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
You made me jump.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and energized. Why? Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us, right?
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some sleep.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I've found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Why do I...
You are, by Odette.
Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? But I thought she was asleep. Never mind. I'd better try and get some sleep myself.
Here we go back in dream world. Excuse me.
Hey, what are you spacing out
I
for?
guess these two people are
Are you
next.
reaching your limit too?
Where are we? I don't know where this is yet. It feels strangely
How
familiar.
long have we been walking?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since...
Guess these are the next victims.
Ever since
Possibly?
we noticed...
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who...
Whatever it's called. Ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, hoping that as long as we reach it, we can find a way out of this place. But it seems like no matter how far we walk, we never get any closer.
Well, we've come this far. You never know.
Oh, the black mist. Go back up the stairwell.
Monsters! Watch out!
Oh, yeah, monsters.
Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
What the?
Can we actually help you?
Here! Fighting frog!
Can you stop? People on the green are allies. Yeah, what happens if we go into blackness? Yes, what happens if we go down here? It teleports us. And they're back.
Here they come again!
Slimes.
Get ready!
Electric slimes.
Gotta!
And stop. Guess we continue with Sarah's. Let's heal first.
All right, here comes...
Monsters ahead of us.
These things.
The black mist behind us.
Fine.
Feels like there's no escape.
And take! Backup is here. Should have run
Monster. Monster, yeah.
Learned.
What is that?
Are you you hurt?
No. I'm fine.
Boy.
It's just...
Here we go.
Suddenly I don't want to walk any further.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit a long time ago. Sometimes it feels like...
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. But I'm not sure it's real at all. It may just be a collective illusion. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
Ash, are you really gonna give up like this? We feel like we're slowly getting closer to it. You're really gonna give
I know
up.
you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going, aren't you?
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. You're going to continue, aren't you?
Guess we need to reach the top.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Try and see how high it goes.
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it here.
Actually made it. But how'd she get here? Let's her get to the start of more familiar
I'm
with.
the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue.
Continue, are we gonna leave?
What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. It's the waypoint for the beginning. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way.
Everything went through to get here. This is just a start.
Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
Fell asleep. I wonder what's gonna happen when we wake up.
Rampana! Rampana!
Yep.
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice? What happened?
No surprise.
Coolish, wake up! Please wake up!
Wow. Growing about sleeping, which began as a joke the other day, is now playing out on the stage. No one counted on it being tragedy. Got around the two sleepers in the center of the stage. Not even expecting the scene. You already know what happens, and someone told you in advance.
The situation is identical to that of the two casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else, so I suppose the surrounding environment can't be a relevant variable.
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something was wrong?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
No incidents during my watch either. No reason to suspect Valeri or Odette
To be
either.
honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target, so I just laid there with my eyes closed. I heard the Traveler and Lelik chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night.
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. I hardly slept at all. If anything had happened, I'm sure I would have noticed.
Then, what could possibly be causing this? Once was bad enough. I can't believe it happened again. I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on the stage of all places...
Vodyanitsa...
4 victims in just 2 days, and we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again otherwise.
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a useless endeavor from the start. Lelik must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse.
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your killing spree?
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
How?
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelik might have had a motive then, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them? Let me guess, just to scare you?
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Not many, I'd wager. Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious?
Everything you said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on Night Watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich. All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes, then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you. Don't you dare!
Oh boy.
Sir, but you were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish. Then we woke. Turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now.
Little girl.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about.
Perfect explanation.
He's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonia. I ought not prevent him from speaking his mind. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chuganov received. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left behind.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist? That doesn't sound like a conclusion someone like you is supposed to make.
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind shifting my curiosity toward the paranormal instead.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumors about this place being haunted. Haunted?
Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right? We've worked here for years. Surely we would have noticed any spooky goings-on by now.
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear right now.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind? Maybe a different perspective will help us see something different.
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully. I'll move the bodies into the same room for now.
And more people. I think this is the running in college. Thank you.